What is up, YouTube fam? What is up? What is up? Give everybody a second. Join in. See what we're going to talk about today. A little boxing, a little MMA, a little bit about investing, what's going on in the markets, man. Got the elections coming up, Trump and Biden. Ooh, got a lot of stuff going on. Thought I'd catch up with you guys, connect with all the YouTube fam out there. What's up, Warmere? What's up, guys? Fishing the Southeast. What up? What up? Christopher's in the house. Yeah, we'll talk a little about UFC. We'll go over the headlines, see what's going on. Anderson Silva, dude, my opinion, one of the GOATs. Him and John Jones. Last night had a rough night. Yep, today I'm drinking Gatorade. Boom, got that fierce blue cherry right here. Kind of taking a little time off of the rock stars. It's getting me too anxious, man. Freaking all this stuff going on in the economy. Sitting here looking for some real estate deals. The rock stars, man, are just getting your boy way too anxious. So got to chill out a little bit on them. Let me know where you guys are joining from. Liverpool's in the house. What up, Liverpool? Yeah, smash that thumbs up button for the almighty YouTube algorithm, guys. You know how that goes. Trying to get in as many people's views as we can and get the channel growing as best as we can. So, boom, drop an elbow on that thumbs up, baby. No, I'm not cycling off caffeine. I still drink my caffeine in the morning. I'm just, man, honestly, lately it just feels like there's nothing going on with this whole pandemic going on. Everything's shut down. I don't have a fight coming up. I can't find any real estate deals right now. I'm looking, but everything just doesn't make sense. It's too overpriced. So I've been spending a lot of time just kind of hanging out at home, spending time with family, and I use the caffeine to keep me pumped up, get out there, get busy, getting after stuff. But with everything just closed down right now in slow motion, I drink an energy drink and I'm just sitting here at the house like, all right, what are we going to do now? Oh, SeaWorld's closed. LA's closed, so you can't really go anywhere or do anything. So laying off the caffeine a little bit. I still drink my coffee in the morning, but that's it. Where are you guys coming from? North Carolina, Canada, Buckingham, UK. What's up? British Columbia? Heck yeah. What's up? You guys noticed the time change? Woke up this morning. I was like, it felt like I thought I was sleeping in a little bit, like 9 a.m., but got up, went downstairs, and it was really 8 a.m. So getting that little bit of extra hour of sleep, hopefully that's helping you guys a little bit. And yesterday was Halloween, so happy belated Halloween to everybody out there. It was actually my birthday yesterday, guys, too. So 32 years young. What'd you guys do for Halloween? Did you guys do anything? Get dressed up? Any costumes? Sleep? Yeah, nice. Get a little extra sleep in, huh? Thank you, Daniel. Happy birthday, man. Thank you. Yeah, COVID shut everything down, man. For sure. I see that. I was able to take some of the family out. Me, Jeremy Stevens, his daughters, his wife, my son, my wife, we all went out and were able to find a good little neighborhood to take the kids trick-or-treating. So we got to do all that, and it was fun, man. It was actually really, really cool. There wasn't a lot of people out because usually where I'm at, there's a ton of people out. There's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids lined up, and just it's a lot of people. But this year it was a lot less people. It was cool. Thank you, Warmere. Thank you, man. Saying happy birthday. I appreciate it, my man. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, so what's one thing we're grateful for today? Let's kick it off. Let's start off with a little bit of gratitude, baby. What are we grateful for? I'll start it off. I'm grateful to be healthy. That's first and foremost. I'm grateful to have spent some time with Halloween with my friends, my family, and grateful for the beautiful sunshine outside. So grateful for God as always. Yes. Yeah, man. Always the man up above. Got your back as always. Grateful for sleep. Waking up alive. Yep. Bootleg garage gyms keeping me sane. Straight up, Tyler. Yeah. Dude, honestly, if you can get your workouts in, whether it's in a hotel room, whether it's in a garage, wherever you can get those workouts in, boys, make sure you get them in because, all the gyms are closed down. Even when you go to the gyms right now, it's like, 6 feet apart. Everybody's all, weirded out because, they don't know if they got COVID or what. So yeah, get them workouts in whenever you can. For duty, Call of Duty, yeah, straight up, man. I'm going to jump on some Call of Duty later today. So that's one thing I've been doing in the meantime, playing some Call of Duty. So yeah, guys. So definitely a lot to be grateful for. As always, if anybody's got any specific questions, smash the super chat right there. I had a great one-on-one personal call yesterday as well from a guy named Thomas, man. We went over a lot of training, about fighting in mixed martial arts. And then we talked a little bit about personal finance and real estate. So as always, if anybody wants to get a one-on-one Zoom call with me, the link is in the description of my latest video on the channel here. So check that out. And anything specific, smack this super chat and I'll answer it for you. So let's check it out. Let's see what we got going on in the fight game right now. So we'll start it off with Anderson Silva, the TKO loss to Uriah Hall. Dude, I think it's crazy because I was talking to Jeremy Stevens yesterday, and I was like, dude, you have Anderson Silva fighting who at one time, Anderson Silva was knocking out everybody. This guy was defending his belt back to back. Started off with knocking out Chris Lieben in dominant fashion. And Chris Lieben was on like a 6-7 fight win streak at that time. After that, he got the title shot against Rich Franklin, who at the time, Rich was cleaning house, the most dominant middleweight champion. Anderson Silva went out there, Muay Thai clinch, bam, bam, knocked him out in the first round, dude, rearranged his nose. And that started Anderson's reign as a champion. So my point is that this guy did some amazing things. And I think he is up there. I think John Jones has more title defenses, but the Anderson Silva's consecutive title defenses and his ability to move up to 205 and knock people out like James Irvin, Forrest Griffin. He just did some amazing things, and he was one of the most talked about athletes at my time when I was younger. And you see him nowadays, and it's like I just get the vibe that nobody gives him the respect that he deserves. I feel that, yes, he has tested positive for steroids, and maybe there is that case that he was doing PEDs. But from a resume standpoint and from a courage and having balls standpoint, Anderson Silva is above, I think, a lot of fighters. And even though he lost last night, whenever you fight Uriah Hall, you always take that chance of getting caught. But man, I mean, I just think what a legacy. And I just think people, the new age and the casuals nowadays don't understand how great and how beautiful of a fighter Anderson Silva was. So, man, beautiful job at Anderson Silva. My hat's off to him on an amazing career. Oh, my boy Jose Armenta coming in, hitting that super chat. Let's see what Jose's got to say, guys. So Jose says, Myles, is there any training to get hard leg kicks? I seen Justin Gaethje, his leg kicks hurt, but his legs are thinner than Barbosa or Lima. Great question, man. Great question. So first things first, you want to get better leg kicks, you got to practice them a lot. And you get the big tie pad, which is just a big old leg shield, and you just do heavy low kicks, lots of them. And you have to have, when you're doing pads and sparring, you have to kick a lot. I mean, I know it sounds basic, Jose, but if you want to get better leg kicks and you want to get better kicks in general, you must practice them over and over and over again. And yeah, that's the way the Thais do it, the Muay Thai fighters from Thailand, which I think it's the most traditional kickboxing and probably the most devastating striking art. And that's all they do, man. They leg kicks, they do on the Thai pad, they do it on the heavy bag. And Yeah, I mean, when you kick so much, when you're kicking pads and you're kicking heavy bags, it really conditions your shin as well, Jose. So that's what I would say. Um, yeah, and I think obviously somebody like Gaethje, he really commits to his leg kicks. I mean, whenever you see him go, he just goes with everything he has. So I think that's another thing. If you really want to have a hard leg kick, Jose, commit 110% when you throw that boy. It's a beautiful, beautiful tactic, man. I love it. And great question. And Jose, guys, he's up in the LA area. So shout out Jose Armenta, a defending Super Chat champion as well. Yeah, so Anderson Silva, I do believe, he's past his prime. And I thought he would actually beat Uriah Hall last night. But if you look at Anderson's last couple of fights, he had that leg injury to Jared Cannonier. But besides that, I mean, he lost 2-1 against Israel Adesanya. I mean, the best, fighter right now in his division. He had that close fight with Bisping a little while back, which I think he possibly could have won that fight. And he's been in there with some of the best. So for him to still be at this age competing, man, it's just beautiful to watch. I do think, after losing last night and his age and all he's done, I mean, my man stepped up and fought Daniel Cormier at UFC 200 when John Jones got pulled out last minute. I mean, who does that? Who steps up and fights Daniel Cormier main event on, I think it was 2 or 3 days notice? To me, that's boss, man. That's boss, and he doesn't get enough respect. I think Anderson Silva, should just have more respect. And I guess what that means is hopefully, UFC kind of does something with him to keep him around the organization. I mean, he's one of the Hall of Famers. And I guess that kind of shows, and I was talking to Jeremy about this last night, is the sport changes so fast, meaning a lot of fair weather fans, they go with whoever's winning, right? So Anderson Silva, he's the best at one time. He's winning. He loses some fights, maybe he's past his prime, but he's still doing some G stuff. He's stepping up last minute, taking on Cormier. He's fighting the best guys in the world. He's still putting his balls out there on the line. But just because he isn't winning every one of them, a lot of people kind of start to just doubt him, and lose that faith and love for him. But man, I think he's just a great fighter. And, it's just I think there should have been more talk for the fight last night with Anderson Silva retiring, dude. I just think there should have been more build up to it. But maybe it's because the fans nowadays, a lot of people are just, really riding with Khabib and Israel Adesanya. There's some of the hot names right now and getting a lot of the smoke. So, yeah. Let's check out a little bit more. What else we got? Dang, we had Leo Santos and Gervonta Davis last night too. Do you guys see that boxing match? Yeah. Before I go to the Leo Santos and Gervonta Davis, just in another example of Anderson Silva, you look at BJ Penn. That's another great example. Like Benny Morgan just said, BJ Penn. I mean, look at Chuck Liddell. People talk about Chuck Liddell and they almost laugh about him nowadays. I mean, not everybody, right? Anybody that knows the game and has been around for a while knows that Chuck Liddell is a legend in the game. And, he's done some of the most badass things you can be as a fighter. But because, he lost his last couple of fights, a lot of people just talk about his chin, and it's just it's just weird. It's a very weird thing, because when you're a fighter and you look at it, you look at somebody, if, like Chuck Liddell, if he gets caught a couple of times or he gets knocked out, you don't hold that against him because he's the Iceman. You're like, dude, he can still, on any given day, he can do it. Granted, he's a little past his prime now, obviously, but I don't know. You should put a little more respect on that name. BJ Penn, same thing. Anybody that says BJ Penn, sucks or this or that, they ought to be at slap, dude, because BJ Penn is another legend. That when you mention that name, you should automatically, just respect that all he has done in this game, in this sport. Unless you're a fighter, right? If you're going to fight one of these guys, then you got to kind of look past that. But I mean, for the majority of people, it's come on, man. Jose Armenta crushing the super chat. He's got a good question here. Let's see. You think there should be an 8-man tournament for the lightweight title? I got Michael Chandler to win it. Nice question, Jose. So I don't think there should be an 8-man tournament. I think there should be a 4-man tournament. And I did a video this past week and I talked about it. McGregor, Poirier, Ferguson, and Chandler. And then you have Justin Gaethje in there as well. And I think Justin Gaethje is is kind of like a fill-in fighter. I hate to use that word, but if somebody gets hurt or if somebody backs out, somebody gets sick, whatever the case is, Justin Gaethje can step in. But I personally want to see Chandler versus Ferguson. Winner of that has one shot in the title shot, and I want to see Poirier McGregor too. And whoever wins that faces the winner of Ferguson and Chandler. And those are the two guys that are going to fight for the title. Now, whoever wins that, maybe they can fight Gaethje, or Gaethje can get the first defense against those guys. So great question, though, man. I think it's an exciting time right now for the lightweight division. And you've seen Dana. Dana also said that Khabib is not done, that we still are going to see more fights from Khabib. So maybe he might bounce back in. We'll see. Casuals will say things like that. Yeah, straight up, Steve. I agree, man. I agree. Yeah, man. Double champ before it was cool. Yep. I mean, it's crazy. Damien, let's see what he's got. Adesanya versus Yan. Who wins and why? Oh, man. So first thing, Damien, great question. First thing I want to say on this is, how are you going to have John Jones move up to heavyweight, have Yan and Dominic Reyes fight for the title, and as soon as one of them win, Adesanya moves up to fight that? Why? Like, we've been talking about Adesanya versus John Jones for so long, and for whatever reason, the fight's not getting made. Adesanya is obviously fighting at 85, defending his titles. Paulo Costa winning against Robert Whittaker, and then you have John Jones up at 205. But they're going back and forth talking, and what you have now is John Jones going up to heavyweight, and now all of a sudden Adesanya is going up to 205. So I don't know personally why that happened, but from a fan's perspective, and even from a fighter's perspective, you'd think that Adesanya versus Jones is the fight to make way before Yan versus Adesanya. So to me, I don't know if Adesanya, if it's something with like his camp, if they didn't want the Jones fight yet, or if it's maybe UFC wanted Adesanya to, defend his title first before moving up. I don't know what the case is, but I want to see Adesanya versus John Jones, man. That's personally what I would like to see. But Damien, great question. Adesanya versus Yan. Man, Jan's got that sneaky, sleepy power. And, dude, it's tough. Obviously great on the ground. There's a lot of unknowns with this as well, because Adesanya is moving up to a 20-pound different weight class. But off the top of my head, I'm going to have to go with Adesanya based on just speed, moving, using his range, and defending takedowns. Off the top of my head, that's what I'm going to go with, Adesanya. But I think it's obviously if Yan can get him to the ground, or if Yan can get him in that crack, into a collision and crack him. Jan's got sneaky power, and Jan's a sleeper, man. He really is. Like, I don't think he's ever gonna win, and he does, dude. So it's beautiful. All right, Alex Salnaki, what's up, brother? Hey, Myles, could I make a pro debut at 37? Super fit. So, Alex, I personally say it's up to you, my man. If you want to make it happen, you can. And what I mean by that is it's not easy, but it doesn't matter your age. If you're 37, you can still make a pro debut, in my opinion. But you have to, you're already super fit. You have to train hard. You have to take it seriously. You have to be all in. And you have to be ready to go to war. I mean, that's kind of the mindset, my man. But it's on you. Nobody can really answer that question but you, Alex. From my perspective, I'm a big believer that you're never too old to do anything. And to make a pro debut in MMA, I don't think that's anything crazy. I think you could do it. I don't know your background, what kind of skills you have, what kind of experience you have, Alex. But I definitely think, yeah, you could still make a pro debut at 37. Yeah, CM Punk did it. So Leo Santa Cruz last night and Gervonta Davis. I'm a big boxing fan, guys. Like outside of MMA, I love boxing. I think it's exciting. I love the build-ups to it. I love the characters, the fighters. And on one corner, you got Gervonta Davis, who, in Floyd Mayweather's opinion, is the next pay-per-view star, the next superstar, the next world champion. And on the other side of the coin, you have Leo Santa Cruz, who's 30, I think he's like 29-1 or something, 3-time champion. And they're fighting to unify, I believe, at 130 pounds, man. And going into this fight, a lot of people talked about, Leo Santos Cruz, or his punch count, how many punches he throws. And then obviously Davis's power. I personally thought Davis would win. I thought his power would be a little too much for Cruz, because you can throw volume like that when you got somebody like Gervonta Davis, who has that power, and not only power, guys, but he has the ability to read, to move his head, to slip, good defense, set up shots. So he's not just a power puncher. I mean, he's a great boxer, but his extra God-given gift is power. And that was evident last night, man. He slipped, boom, right uppercut, nasty, knocked out Cruz, dude, knocked him out. And it was a bad one. He kind of like threw the ropes. I didn't see that happening. I personally thought Gervonta Davis would TKO him, maybe like drop him, get him covered up, just kind of flurry him, hit him, drop him again. The ref would stop it. But, dude, it was a good fight going up until that. Both guys freaking banging, both guys staying in there. And Gervonta Davis, dude, just caught him. Boom, that beautiful uppercut knockout. And I believe Gervonta Davis, from my experience right here, is he's knocking out everybody, dude. So not only is Gervonta Davis like winning fights, but Gervonta Davis is winning them impressively and in beautiful fashion. So I really do believe that that Gervonta Davis is a force to be reckoned with, and he's still young. He's taking it seriously. You see him training with Floyd. He's got his head trainer still with him since day one. So, man, I'm excited. I'll tune in when Gervonta Davis fights. That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, let's see what else we got going on right over here in the fight game. What we got? Ooh, UFC announces that the Ultimate Fighter will return on ESPN March 2021. That's dope. Look at that. The Ultimate Fighter's coming back, boys. It's been rumored for a while, and Saturday the UFC made it official. The Ultimate Fighter will return in 2021. The long-standing UFC's reality competition series has started remote casting calls due to the COVID pandemic, but it will be seeking fighters for the 29th season of the series through November 13th. The promotion is casting men's bantamweights and middleweights. The coaches for season 29 will be announced later. Okay. But now the iconic show is at its credit with helping usher in some of the best UFC's talents. Man, that's dope, guys. We got the Ultimate Fighter coming back. I am personally a huge fan of it. I came up on the Ultimate Fighter, so straight up, dude, tough life. I love it. And I think it's a good opportunity to get to know the fighters, to build them up, and for the fighters to actually get some experience. So, man, I wonder who's going to be the coaches, huh? Who do you guys think? You guys think bantamweight and middleweight? Dude, what if it was Adesanya and John Jones? Since we were just talking about him. I could see that. Maybe, man, I don't know who will be the coaches. I don't know. It'd be sweet, though. I love that. Well, let's see what else we got going on, too. Dominic Cruz dressing up as who is it? Who's the guy from Paul Burgundy? Dominic Cruz dressing up as Paul Burgundy. Nice. A classic. We got some big, sick Bellator cards coming up too, boys. Let's see anything else. couple of them 50K bonuses last night. We got fights. I gotta look it up too. But yeah, so is Dom gonna fight? Yeah, Dom's training, man. Dom's in training camp. I see him all the time. He's at the gym. I think he's just kind of getting into a place mentally and physically where he feels like he's ready, more ready to fight. So I think any time now, I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if somebody, if you see something that says, hey, Dom Cruz jumping in, he's fighting, December, he's fighting January or something like that. So keep a lookout when you're on, for Dom. Because I bet he's coming back sooner than later. Let me see here. Hey, let me know some topics for some videos too, guys, while we're talking. Let me know some topics you guys would like to see for some YouTube videos, because I'm kind of thinking on that as well. Islam versus Rafael Dos Anjos rescheduled for November 14th UFC main event. That's a good fight. Should be a good one. Apparently, Islam is Khabib said he's like, the next best thing. And he's, won some good fights in the UFC as well. So that'd be a good test for him. Yeah, Rafael will be a good test for him. Wife of an MMA fighter, beginning with real estate investing. That'd be a good YouTube video. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Some good ideas. I got to get, I definitely want to get my wife here on some videos soon, which we will. We will. Video on penny stocks and stock exchange in general. Okay. Do a video about fighters fall from grace. I fight out of Alliance MMA. Sharuya. I believe that's how you say it. All right. So what's everybody doing right now as far as investing? Are you guys just saving money right now? We're in a weird time in the economy, dude. I've been looking for a real estate deal. Everything I found right now is the returns are 6, 7, 8% when you talk cash on cash return. I personally am not messing with the stock market at this moment, because with the election going on, you have Trump, you have Biden, you have a lot of weird things going on in the stock market. Tell me why, up until these last couple of days, it's down a little bit, the market, but tell me why over this whole pandemic that's going on, you have high unemployment numbers. You have a lot of businesses going out of business. I believe Yelp did an article saying that I believe it was like 30 or 40. It might be higher than that percent of the businesses on Yelp have closed down for good, closed their accounts. You have this mortgage forbearance stuff going on. So basically people don't have to pay their mortgage for up to a whole year. And I actually read somewhere on that says what they're going to do, FHA is going to do for people that are doing the mortgage forbearance is, like, let's say you don't pay your mortgage for a year, right? So you still owe that year of the principal and the interest. But what they're going to do if you have an FHA loan is they're going to add it on as a lien on the property. So let's say you owe 10 grand, 20 grand or something over the year that you didn't pay. So instead of having to pay that all back at once, they're just going to put a lien on the property. So when you sell the property or you refinance it, it'll be paid off. And I thought that was pretty cool. But you have the mortgage forbearance, man. You have this eviction. People cannot be evicted right now for a little while longer. And man, prices right now, are high, guys, when it comes to real estate. And that's because there's no inventory, low inventory. And there's a lot of people trying to get into the market to buy. So when you have that, low inventory and a huge demand for people looking for those properties, that's why sellers can charge, higher prices right now, in my opinion. So I've been going all around, running numbers, trying to figure out scenarios. Lending right now is a little tougher as well. So if I'm getting a loan on a property, It's tough to find good lending rates, interest rates, even though some of them are low, but I'm in a different bracket because I'm more of an investor and I'm looking at some commercial loans as well. So my interest rates are a little bit higher. So nothing's making sense on my side of town right now. I'm looking for stuff. Maybe if the market drops in the stock market a little bit, I might jump in and get some stuff in there, or I might just wait until I find a property that makes more sense, man. Cryptocurrency. I think cryptocurrency, yes, could be a currency of the future. I personally, it's still a little young, and it's just something that I don't think is tested enough yet for me. And I invest, guys, more for my number one thing that I invest for is cash flow. So meaning when I buy something, like that's why if I was to buy a stock, a lot of people hope that stock is going to go up in value. Or if they buy a piece of real estate, they hope that piece of real estate is going to go up in value. That's their whole game plan. My number one thing is buy a stock or buy real estate or a business, whatever it is, and I want to be paid monthly. I want to be paid money back monthly. If the business goes up, if the stock or the real estate goes up in value, that's all extra for me. So when I look at cryptocurrency, I think it's just a capital gains play, meaning you buy it at one price and it goes up, and then you cash out and you sell it at another. And on top of that, man, I just I don't know. It's just not necessarily. It's not backed by anything. You know what I mean? If I buy a piece of real estate, it's a piece of real estate. Even like a stock, I'm buying a piece of a company. So I'm not against it. Like, I'm not saying you can't buy cryptocurrency and it might, hey, maybe in 10 years or next year, I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but maybe it's going to go up a bunch and you're going to be like, hey, I'm happy I did it. And you make a lot of money. Like, that's cool. But for me, I personally, that's just not my game plan. I'm more of an investor. I'm not a gambler, I guess is the best way. Yeah. And so that's what I'm doing right now, guys. I'm trying to make sense of the market, and I'm being patient, keeping a lot of capital on hand. And that's why I would definitely say for everybody out there, you guys make sure you're saving your money, keeping your costs as low as possible. Figure out which do you want to get into real estate? Do you want to get into stocks? Do you want to get into maybe buying a business? Whatever it is, find your lane, study it, learn about it, and just crush it. Go 110% and get it. No, I'm not saying so look here, it's never a bad time to buy property. It's never a bad time. It's just what I'm saying is that finding deals that make sense in this market is a little bit tougher right now. There's less deals than compared to, last year, the year before, the last 3, 4, 5 years. A good real estate investor can make money in an up market, a down market, or a flat market. That's my opinion. So I will find a deal. I will find something that makes sense. It's just that everything I'm doing right now that I'm studying and I'm looking at, that I'm running numbers on, it's just, it's like this. I'm looking at 100 to 200 deals. I'm putting offers in on 10 of them, and I'm getting maybe one of them. Like that's my success rate. So I'm out here, I'm taking shots, but your boy is missing. I'm in the trenches, man. I'm getting bombed on, but I'm hanging tight, and something's gonna come out of this for sure. So, all right, guys, I just want to connect with you guys today. If anybody needs any one-on-one coaching calls, check the link in the description of the latest video, and I will be doing another video this upcoming week. So stay tuned for that. As always, love you guys, man. Have a great Sunday, and I will see you guys next time.